Hello, this is Chris, and I am back once again with a brand new trailer reaction video. I realise it's been quite a while since I've done any of these. I've just been really busy this week, and the fact that there's about 7 reaction videos that I need to get out there within the span of this week. These are trailers that are about a week old, maybe just over at this point, and yeah, I need to get through them. And we're kicking off with arguably the biggest trailer of this week. There's been a lot of big trailers the last couple of weeks. This is Dumbo, official trailer 1. This is the upcoming Disney live-action film directed by Tim Burton. And I've spoke a lot of times about these live-action Disney movies and feel like they take away a lot of the magic of the original. They never come close to those originals for me, the likes of Cinderella, Jungle Book, Beauty and the Beast. They look great, like visually, cinematically. Everything's on point, but it feels like they lose a lot of the heart of the original. But Dumbo might be an interesting one. So here I've got my original VHS copy of Dumbo. I had this when I was a kid. This was one of the earliest Disney films I ever watched, and I still have my collection to this day. I am never letting go of my Disney VHSs. And also, because I have it on DVD as well, I've got it in this very, very nice, shiny slipcover DVD. Love Dumbo. However, I won't be the first to admit that, you know, the movie came out in 1941. By 2019 standards, it has aged considerably. More so than, say, like, you know, like the 90s Disney movies, which to me still hold up to this day. Maybe some of the music choices in the credits are very 90s, but the films themselves are consistent. But, you know, some of those early Disney films, different sensibilities, maybe the way they treat ethnic minorities, a lot of the things that are brought up are about the Crows, for example. And it wasn't until I was doing history at school, and we were doing about civil rights and everything like that, that the name Jim Crow finally stood out to me as why a lot of people had a problem with that name. For anyone who doesn't know, the lead crow in Dumbo is called Jim Crow. If you don't know what the Jim Crow laws were, then go to Google, read a Wikipedia article, do what you've got to do, and you'll see why a lot of people have a problem with that by today's standards, quite rightly so. As a kid, I never thought they were... Well, as a kid, you don't see like the racism behind it, and even now, like, I still think the characters are really cool in the movie. Like, they have the best song in the movie, in my opinion. They got like really great personalities and everything like that, so I never really had a problem with them in that regard. But the film could do with an update, is what I'm saying, more so than any of the other Disney live-action ones. And I'm a big Tim Burton fan as well. I own most of his films on video, if not DVD. He has gone down in quality, I would say, since Alice in Wonderland, the live-action version. So I guess this is his second soiree when it comes to doing live-action adaptations of Disney properties. Hopefully this one's a lot better. I haven't seen any of this trailer so far. I think I've seen like a still image of what Dumbo looks like, but other than that, I have no idea what he's bringing new to the table with this one, how he's going to expand the story, because I think Dumbo is just a little over an hour long, so obviously they need to flesh out the story and make a little bit more going on. But with all that being said, we're going to get to the trailer now. I'm going to talk much more about it afterwards, and I'm sure I'm going to have a lot to say on it. So I'm going to click play now. Tim Burton does circuses again. Oh no. You're gonna open with Baby Mine? You can't do this to me. The Storks. I like it. They're going to hit the cutesy stuff, aren't they? Yep. There it is. This is the greatest show. We've got Eva Green. This is a positive. Michael Keaton. Reuniting after Batman Returns with Tim Burton. Pink Elephants. Danny DeVito? Oh my god. Okay. So that's the one sequence that I think everyone's looking forward to. So my camera just totally cut out. Thankfully, I managed to keep the reaction, but I was talking for like another couple of minutes after that, and unfortunately that's all been cut out. But by the magic of editing, we're going to carry on anyway. I'm going to try and briefly go over everything that I just went over that's been lost. The pink elephant sequence. I think this is the sequence that everyone is going to look forward to the most. For a lot of people, it was their favourite sequence in the original movie. All the most terrifying, and that combination right there could go absolutely hand in hand with Tim Burton. He's a very visually interesting director. A lot of his earlier films, not so much his new ones, but have managed to have that level of macabre to them, that gothic quality to it. And if anyone's seen any of Tim Burton's drawings, for example, I've got one of his books called The Melancholy Death of Oyster Boy and Other Stories. It was one of my favourite books growing up, and even if you see like any of his concept art for The Nightmare Before Christmas, Batman Returns and things like that, he's got that very unique style. So I'm wondering if he's going to bring that to the pink elephant sequence. That being said, it looks like a very safe Tim Burton movie again. It's not the Tim Burton movie I really want him to make. I want him to go back to like his days of Beetlejuice and Batman and, you know, Sleepy Hollow and things like that. That's when Tim Burton's at his absolute A-game to me. This looks fine. It's going to make a lot of money. You're going to be bringing in the people that are nostalgic for Dumbo. You're going to bring in new audiences as well. And of course, I mean, the story almost looks completely different. You're going to have like the moments that people remember. You're going to have pink elephants. You might have When I See an Elephant Fly, probably with significantly less racist crows this time. You're going to have the storks and you're going to have Baby Mine. They're going to be your pretty much, you know, your major things. But for example, there's no sign of the mouse in this. Timothy the Mouse was one of my favourite Disney characters, especially in Dumbo. Nowhere to be seen in this one. Clearly there isn't a place for him. It looks like you're going to shift that quality, that role that Timothy's character had in that first Dumbo movie, and you're just going to push that over to the human characters with this one. You're going to have like the mean circus ringleader, and I was reading a little bit about the cast in this movie, and as far as I can tell, it looks like you've got Michael Keaton's character, who's kind of the higher up, who's like buying all of these circuses. From what I can tell, he didn't look like a circus leader in the trailer of this one. He's sort of like your main evil business guy. Michael Keaton's always great to me. He's one of my favourite actors in the business, and I like that he's had this bit of a resurgence since Birdman. He's done that. He's done The Founder. He's been in Spider-Man Homecoming. He's been in this. Guy's an amazing talent, so I'm sure he'll be fine with this. He'll have a lot of fun with the role. And Danny DeVito's back as well. He's been in a number of Tim Burton's films before and has actually played a circus ringleader before in Big Fish. I love Danny DeVito's character in that. He'll be great as well. Then you've got like the kid aspect. Again, not too keen on that. And I'm wondering if, although significantly dated, the story of Dumbo was able to be told in about 60 minutes. Does this movie need all of the extra stuff to go along with it? And maybe it does. Maybe it'll be a new, interesting take on the film. I think I'll still always prefer that original, just because that's always the way with me, and that, you know, there's a lot of nostalgia there, and I think there's just a lot more heart and artistry in those animated Disney movies when compared to their live action counterparts. But I think they will knock the Baby Mine scene out of the park. I really do. The realistic look of the elephants, that's going to generate a lot more sympathy than just an animated character. And that is, I think, for a lot of people, if you ask them what the most tear-inducing Disney scene is, if they don't say Mufasa's death, you best be damn sure that number 2 pick is going to be Baby Mine from Dumbo. So I won't say I'm over the moon ecstatic for these, because I've been through the ringer before with these live-action Disney remakes. Tim Burton's directing, that name used to carry a lot of weight for me, but the last few films that he's made have not been good. Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children I thought was fine at best. I'm never going to watch that movie again. Big Eyes was incredibly forgettable. Before that we had the likes of Frankenweenie, which in terms of his animated films was only okay as well to me. As I said, since like Alice in Wonderland, for me, I think the last truly great Tim Burton film that I walked out of was Sweeney Todd. Since then, the quality's gone down a lot, and I think this will kind of follow suit in that regard. It won't feel like a Tim Burton movie. It's a very safe movie, is what I can tell from. Also, the fact that the screenplay of this movie is written by the infamous Ehren Kruger from Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen, Dark of the Moon, and Age of Extinction fame. The guy's not a good screenwriter. I'm sorry, I know he's made a lot of money, he's made a lot of movies. For the most part, those movies have not been good, even more so the scripts for those films. Could be wrong, could be a great script to this movie, but I won't hold my breath. Visually, I'm interested to see what it's going to look like. Those sequences that they teased there, like the flying elephant sequence. The pink elephant sequence is a must, and I think the stork sequence, if done right, could be a beautiful scene as well. I'll just have to see. So that'll do it for my reaction to Dumbo, official trailer 1. Be sure to comment, subscribe, let me know what you thought of this trailer. Are you liking the look of it? Do you like the original? Which things would you like to see changed? Anything Dumbo or Disney related, please do drop me a comment. There's going to be a whole lot more trailer reactions from me, as I said. After this one now, I've got another 6 to record and get edited over this next coming week, so it's going to be very busy. Hopefully the trailers hold up a little bit and allows me to catch up, but it's good to be getting these out again now. So that'll do it for me for this video, and until the next one, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.